38 years ago, when Tom Dawson started the tradition at Flag Speedway known as the Snowball Derby, no one would have guessed that the track would be laser scanned and built into a virtual world. Today we set out to make history in the first annual Fast Snowball Derby. Good evening, race fans from Pensacola, Florida, Florida's Five Flag Speedway. Alongside Andy Kessler, I am Ben Kilcrease. Laura Lawson is getting the picture that you see to you. And here we are, Andy. It's Derby time.
Finally, we can finally say it's here. We've been waiting for this for about 3 months now with the Blizzard Series that Fast has been putting on. 4 races, a good little series. We saw a lot of fast cars. We saw a lot of accidents, a lot of trouble in turn number 4, mostly hitting the wall. We saw some really guys really putting forth really good setups week after week, or race after race, I should say. And I think they've had about a month and a half now to put on something else and really try something different. And I think this is going to be a fantastic event tonight here. A full field, a lot of top names that you'll find in iRacing as far as short track racing goes.
And even in the real world, you have some real world drivers. Christian Eckes is currently 19th in qualifying. He finished 22nd in the Snowball Derby last weekend. Ryan Luza, the 2015 Five Flag Speedway Pro Late Model Track champion, he currently sits 3rd in qualifying here for the Fast Snowball Derby. You talk about the Blizzard Series, we saw countless and countless of side-by-side battles, and who can forget the finish to every single one of the Blizzard Series races was unbelievable. Andy, whether it was a photo finish, a last lap pass, or something else, every one of the finishes were unbelievable, and I think we're going to be in store to see something similar here today at the Snowball Derby.
Yeah, the best part of it, though, is we got 300 laps till the finish of this one, so lots of time for these guys to have things go their way, a lot of laps for them to have things go not their way. So this is going to be one of those races where patience is going to really come into effect here for some of these guys. There is no limit on tires. There's no limit on fuel. There's no limit on any of that. There is no reset, so we got to be reminded of that also. So these first 150, 200 laps, these guys are going to be jockeying for position. You're going to see a lot of guys starting up front, then you're going to see them mid-pack halfway through, then you're going to see them back up. You're going to see a lot of track position changes here tonight. And the whole thing with that is that when you're back in that traffic, you got to be super, super careful here at this place. Because if there's a turn or a wreck in any one of these turns, those cars that are coming up into it, you don't see it until the last second. And the problem with that is it ends up causing huge pileups. And we've seen that time and time again over the last 3 months.
Most definitely. 36 drivers will make the field tonight, 34 on time. Then we'll take 2 from the Blizzard Series as provisionals. So we'll see who all makes the field. And Andy, tonight some of these guys, they're going to have to pack up and go home.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing is, listen, this track is small enough as it is, and when you're putting 34 cars on the track, that's a lot of cars on a little track like this. So it is unfortunate that some of these guys are going to have to pack it up and go home. But listen, it is what it is. You got to put down your best qualifying effort in your 2 laps that you get, and hopefully it's good enough to put you in the show. And that's what all these guys have come down here and practiced for the last 2 to 3 hours, and all during the week and all last week, and so a lot of effort's been put into this, but it all comes down to really that 2 laps of qualifying.
It certainly does. Just like in the real life Snowball Derby, pole night is the most crucial of all nights. It's a beautiful day here in Pensacola today. It's mostly cloudy, 74 degrees. The track temperature running right at about 78 or so. Winds are southeast at 16 miles per hour. There's 82% humidity, so looks like a regular December day in Pensacola. The track certainly has rubbered up a lot over the practice in hot laps here a little bit earlier this evening. Let's talk about the temperature. Andy, the track temperature 78 degrees, and of course is going to rise over the course of this run. And if we get some breaks in the clouds, the sun could bear down on this racetrack. We're not going to go into the nighttime here. We don't have the day-night transition, sadly. But this track is going to be hot and it's going to be slick and it's going to be a handful for some of these drivers that didn't really set their car up for a loose race car.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be all about these guys, too, when they come down pit road to take advantage of that opportunity to make adjustments on their car. And whoever does that through the course of this race is going to be the ones that are going to be up top battling for the win when this thing's all said and done. So it is going to get real slick. It's going to get real nasty out there. And you're going to be seeing, especially on corner exit on these guys. But you know what? We raced all 4 Blizzard Series races were done under lights, lots of grip. And we still saw some guys getting real loose and even tight, like a tight loose, getting tight up to the corner, but really having to crank that wheel. And in doing so, they end up spinning out. So it's going to be a total different game here with the daylight still shining down on us. So we'll have to keep an eye on who is able to make those adjustments over the course of the race to put themselves up in the top when it matters the most.
Well, the time has come. It's now time for pre-race ceremonies. We'll send it trackside. This is the Fast Snowball Derby opening ceremonies.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
On behalf of iRacing.com Motorsports Simulations and the Fast Snowball Derby, welcome to Five Flags Speedway in Pensacola. Andy Kessler, Ben Kilcrease on the call tonight. Laura Lawson, the producer. Andy, let's run them through the starting lineup for the first annual Fast Snowball Derby. Cody Kelly sets the quick time with a 15.442. He'll start alongside the Blizzard Series champion in the number 37, Tim Bills.
Row number 2 on the inside is going to be that 25 of Ryan Luza, while Tom Wetmore in the 7 will start 4th.
Robert O'Neill is in the 40. He's inside of row number 3. To his outside is 54 of Austin Yarborough.
45 of Matt Rolfe will start 7th here tonight. The 88 of Michael Cozy Jr. will start 8th.
Dante Curtis is in the 101. He's inside in the 9th position. To his outside and 10th, it's the 6 of Max Handley.
Row number 6 will be the 031 of PJ Childs. And to his outside in the 5 is Stephen Burnett.
Chase Cadbury is in the 39. Inside row number 7. To his outside is Colin Allman in the number 32.
The number 27 of Spencer Preet's going to roll off 15th, while 16th will be the 38 of Kyle Gilbert.
Corey Doozer is in the 14. Inside of row number 9. To his outside is Logan Powers in the 65.
Row number 10 will be the 72 of Ray Farlow on the inside, with Christian X in the 15, starting 20th.
Paul Fugate is in the 44. Inside of row number 11. To his outside is the 51, Colby Franklin.
Starting 23rd tonight is the 43 of Stephen Matthews. The 42 of Logan Runyon will start 24th.
Mike Rhino is in the 46. And that'll round out the top 25 as the rest of the field scrolls through on the bottom of your screen. The pace car begins to pace around the half mile. We'll do 2 laps and then we'll set them loose Andy, do you have any final thoughts on the Snowball Derby before we take to green?
I just hope that all these drivers have brought some patience here with them. You know, you're going to see some tempers flare. There's going to be some guys jumping down to the inside, trying to dive bomb people through the corners, trying to get every position they can, especially on the restarts. But hopefully we have a little bit of give and take. That's what we're going to need here, especially in the first 150, maybe even 200 laps here. It's really going to be that last 100 where it's going to count. So you got to save your car now, and you got to keep your track position when you can. But I think patience is definitely going to be the key to this one.
Here we go. Lights out on the Childhood American Cancer Organization Ford Mustang pace car. 48 years ago, Wayne Needeichen etched his name in the Snowball Derby history books forever. Who will do the same today on the virtual side? They stack them up 2 by 2 by 2. This is the first chapter in the fast Snowball Derby.
Good jump by that inside line. Look at that Cody Kelly taking advantage of starting on that bottom side right now. That's going to drop to 37, and Tim Bills, our Blizzard Series champion, back to that third spot. But look at those top 5, 6, 7 cars now, all single file as they complete lap 1.
That's what they're going to try and do. They're going to try and get into an early rhythm as everybody gets singled out. You don't want to start making any moves this early. Lap 2 of 300 set to be complete when Cody Kelly crosses the line first, this time by 2015 Alan Turner Pro Late Model Champion at Five Flags Speedway. Ryan Luza sits second, and you said it, the Blizzard Series champion here in fast is third. Tim Bills, Austin Yarbrough is fifth, and Wetmore rounds out the top 5 here early on in the Snowball Derby.
Looked like Austin Yarbrough last time off of turn number 2. Might have grazed the wall a little bit. Definitely got a little out of shape off of turn number 2. So we'll keep an eye on him as this goes on. Doesn't look like he didn't lose any positions. Not too much time to the guy in front of him, but right now he's getting a little bit of pressure right now from Tom Wetmore, and that's that battle for 4th.
Right behind Wetmore, you see Rolf is in the mix, and Blizzard Series winner Michael Cozy Jr. also in the mix. Matt Rolf rolling out the blue colors for the Snowball Derby this weekend. Got a sharp ride on that number 45 machine. He sits 6, and Cozy almost gives him the bumper. Had to check up off turn 2 there.
Yeah, little extra smoke that you can see coming off of Cozy Jr.'s car there when he really had to get on those brakes. It's part of a new feature with iRacing is more smoke with these cars. As you see a battle for the 4th position, Tom Wetmore able to get around Austin Yarbrough. Yarbrough then gives him a shot going into turn number 1. Not sure if that was intentional or not, but it could have just been a product of not expect. You know, he wasn't running behind him. He's not sure where his let-off points, his braking points are. So a lot of these first few laps are going to be getting used to those your fellow drivers. We got caution
trouble
on the Speedway.
Right in front of the leaders too. It looked to be the 41 machine. It was. Jerry Goff loops it around in front of the leaders in turn number 4. It was all by himself. Gets loose in 3, chases it right into the end of the wall in turn number 4 to put us under our first caution here in the first annual Fast Snowball Derby.
Unfortunately, right there, a mistake. Luckily for anybody else was involved with that one right there. Just a self-spin right through the corner there. So able to come down pit road is Jerry Goff, and he'll be able to get some fresh tires put on that thing. Pit road this early, Ben. I highly doubt we'll see a lot of these guys. These cars can go, depending on cautions, they can go at least 100 laps on fuel. So I highly doubt we'll see many guys come down to pit road, especially your leaders. Track position so key here at this racetrack, and if you give it up too early, you can spend the rest of the race dodging accidents and trying to make it up.
Most definitely. All the drivers looks like they're going to stay out. The only car on pit road was the Golf machine. Down in turn number 4, there was another one. Can't quite get the number on it. So let's talk about the number 7, Tom Wetmore. And we haven't seen him run in a Blizzard series, and he shows up to the Derby, and he's running top 5, looking pretty stout early on, if I do say so myself. Wetmore looks like he has a good car on the short runs. I'm interested to see what he can do on the long runs.
Yeah, and that's going to be one of the keys also too is the long run. We talk about the fuel load. They can run about 100 laps here, green flag racing. So obviously cautions will add to that a little bit, and I'm sure some guys will be saving fuel also. But yeah, the long run, obviously being able to stay out there that long is definitely going to be the key factor, and not burning off your stuff early. You don't want to be forcing the issue early on with the tires going through the corners. You definitely don't want to be on the outside lane battling hard. That'll wear your tires out a lot quicker too. So, you know, the guy got to run on you, let him go, and just get back in line, because you definitely want to save your stuff for that long run, because that could come down to eventually what gets you the victory also.
All right, lights out on the American Childhood Cancer Organization Ford Mustang pace car. It was a whole lot easier when they just had it as the iRacing.
Just the Ford Mustang.
Yeah, but, you know, they have to change it up and make it hard on us announcers. That's all right. We're professionals. We can handle it. 2 by 2, the field is stacked. We're ready for the first restart in the Snowball Derby. Cody Kelly, Ryan Luza, Tim Bills, Wetmore, and Yarbrough. Top 5, pace car to pit road. Green flag back out in the air.
Not wasting any time. Cody Kelly right there got out to a huge jump right there. It's going to allow Luza to jump back in line into that second spot. So good for those two guys right there in the battle for fourth. Little bit of a contest, not too much now, as Yarbrough able to get back around Wetmore, so that moves him back up to that spot. But Wetmore, he's not done as he looks inside in turn 1.
You know what we call that, Andy? We call that a crease crossover on Yarbrough. Wetmore to the 4th position down in turn number 3. Top 3 gets singled out. Top 4, top 5, top 6, 7, 8, 9. Single file as we continue to log laps here in the Snowball Derby. The side-by-side battle, the first side-by-side battle, is between Cabri and Hanley. Now Cabri's going to take that position down in turn number 3. Bump Cabri up to 9th, Hanley back to 10th.
Yeah, just behind these guys, pretty good battle right now between the 14 of Corey Doozer and the 101 of Dante Curtis right now. They're still battling side-by-side for Corey Doozer, though. He's stuck. Oh, caution on the Speedway again. Trouble behind these guys.
It's the 94 of Maddox up and into the wall. Backwards in 3 and 4, and he almost pulls down in front of your leaders. That car smoking as he comes to rest at the turns 3 and 4. Not sure what happened there, but the Maddox machine went it the wrong way over in 3 and 4. On the new update iRacing released on our side of things, not all the cars want to show up on the screen. So that is one of the reasons why we're not able to get you the replays or even describe what happened in some of these incidences, just because we're focused on the battles that we're watching on screen. And
yeah, we had a couple other cars in there too. I saw there in turn 1 and 2. Looked like the 44 of Paul Fugate and Logan Powers also made some contact there. They're right now showing in 30th and 31st place, but those guys had some issues of their own. Obviously, but it came out those issues came out after the caution, so I'm not sure what happened with that, or if it was just in the slowdown of getting slowed down here for these for the pace car. Yeah. But yeah, some trouble for those two guys also sitting there back in the pack now.
Yeah, the caution was out, and Powers just gets creamed by the Childs machine, by the 031 of Childs, and then Fugate says nowhere to go.
The wrong place at the wrong time.
So that's what happened. Yeah, that's what happened in that incident. Got to keep on your toes, whether the caution is out or not, here in the Snowball Derby, because anything can change in a matter of time as we work lap number 21 here at Five Flag Speedway. Cody Kelly still your leader. Ryan Luza sits second. Third is Tim Bills. Wetmore is 4th, and Yarbrough rounds out the top 5. I was interested to see coming into today's race how Ryan Luza, he's known around the simulator to be a good race car driver. I was interested to see how he's going to do against some of the best in the business here at the Snowball Derby. He's holding his own.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He's good on the sim, and he is the 2015 Allen Turner Pro Late Model Champion here at the Real World 5 Flag Speedway. So those two combined could leave him in victory lane in the virtual Fast Snowball Derby here today. He sits second. He looks like he's got a good car.
Yeah, it does look good so far. All the restarts, he's been able to get a decent jump also with our leader. So able to drop into that second spot, which is a good thing. You don't want to get stuck on that outside. That's one thing that Tim Bills is going to be looking for here is a good restart. Maybe try to get that second spot away from him. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, definitely Luza holding his own right now currently and sitting in that second spot. So a good showing so far. We're still only 22 laps into this thing, but a couple of updates. So Adam Maddox and Jerry Goff in the 41 have both pulled it behind the wall.
Behind the wall, and green flag back in the air. Luza, good restart on the outside. He's able to fall back in line. Top 5, tail to nose. Michael Cozy Jr. gonna move up to the 5th spot as the 7 of Wetmore is stuck on the outside. Caution will fly again.
Trying to figure out who that was, but
and not able to get a number on who that was. In the latest iRacing, it kind of messed everything up. No surprise, but we'll work on it.
I'll tell you the biggest loser on that restart was, though, Ben, was that 7 of Tom Wetmore. Restart on that outside line and just fell right back. Lost about 3 positions there on that restart. So that outside line is definitely not where you want to be, but you got to do the best you can with it. And guys like Ryan Luza, the Austin Yarborough, those guys have been able to at least get down onto that inside line as quick as possible. But Wetmore just had nowhere to go on that restart and ended up losing a bunch of spots.
And he snacked everybody behind him. Matt Rolfe has fallen back to 9th. Hanley back to 8th. Some big movers on the inside line that was able to get low there. Michael Cozy Jr. inside the top 5 and Chase Cabry up to 6th. Here on lap 27 at Snowball Derby.
Yeah, Cabry all the way from 13th already. So he's definitely done something right here, getting some track position early in this one.
Just outside the top 10, looking in, Corey Doozer in 14. He started 17th. He was quick in practice. He slowly but surely worked his way through the field. Dante Curtis has fallen back just a little bit. Spencer Preet, a winner earlier this season in the Blizzard Series in the 27. He sits 13th. He qualified 15th. So he's slowly but surely getting there. Back in the 4th position, Christian Eckes. Qualified 20th. Andy, he finished 22nd in the real life Snowball Derby just last weekend. He's looking for a good run here in the virtual Snowball Derby today, and it looks like he's gonna, no, he tried to fake somebody out. Not gonna work. Eckes was it looking good to have a good top 20 running in the Derby, but fell back a little bit later in the running. But he's looking to have a good run here tonight in the top 15 already. Lights out on the American Childhood Cancer Organization Ford Mustang pace car. So we'll see what's shake out on this one. Kelly, Luza, Bills, Yarborough, and Cozy. Green flag back in the air. Good restart for Luza, but he's got to get down. He's got to get down, and he does. Luza gets down. He's going to be able to secure that second position. Everybody single file behind him. A little bit of jumble right about 8th or so. Look at Wetmore trying to get to the inside of the 39. Almost makes contact. I think he did make a little bit of contact as Wetmore tries to work his way back through the field. He sits 7th right now, looking to get 6th away from Cabry. He almost gets into him in 3.
They almost made some major contact right there in turn number 3. Able to get back single file now. And caution again on the Speedway.
And that's a big one on the front straightaway. Kyle Gilbert, one of those involved, along with TJ Graves in the 22. They try to go 3 wide. As we get the replay there, they do 3 wide coming off of turn number 4 of all places. And that, the cause for the caution.
And that was just some 3 wide action right there, like we talked about. But that, the 38 there, Kyle Gilbert, just kind of sandwiched in the middle, nowhere to go. It looked like TJ Graves maybe came up just a little bit there into his left rear quarter, got him out of shape, got him spun around. So some damage to a couple of those cars here early on. Not what you want this early in the Derby.
Most definitely. Race officials telling them on the radio, 3 wide, not a smart move this early in the goal. We talked about the Eckes machine and how he did in the real life snowball derby. We can't leave out Ryan Luza. He finished 13th in the Snowflake 100, the Saturday night portion at Derby weekend. And again, he sits second here. We've already talked about him a little bit tonight.
Yeah, it's pretty cool that you can get some of these real-life racers that were in this race last weekend and to be able to come in here and do it on the sim side also and be competitive here also. It's kind of neat to see, and you know, maybe it just goes to show you how close that the sim is to the real-life racing too. So, you know, I'm sure obviously there's a little bit of difference because you can't really feel the car underneath you, but
well,
you know, other than that though, I'm sure the track characteristics and the way you drive it are pretty similar, and not surprising if we'll see a lot of those guys that did run the Snowball Derby or the Snowflake last weekend that would that are going to be up front here, be competitive tonight.
I'm glad you brought that up. Majeski, sponsored by iRacing.com. He drove down from Wisconsin all Derby week. Before he left out, he was testing a super late model at Five Flag Speedway to let his crew chief know how he wanted his car. When they unloaded, he unloaded. Friday night, he goes out and puts it on the pole for the Snowball Derby. Not saying that iRacing helped him, but
well, I'm sure it
he
did.
was testing a lot on iRacing.
Yeah, listen, Ty Majeski's done a lot here in iRacing, and I think doesn't he have the highest I rating of anybody in the sim? So
one time he did, yeah. I think
yeah. So you know, he's definitely logged a lot of laps on the simulator, and to put it on the pole in the real Snowball Derby, that's pretty cool feat also.
Certainly is. Lights out. Pace car to pit road. Lap 37 restart is back underway.
Yeah, that 37 at Tim Bill's just not able to get to time the restart of Cody Kelly to get into that possibility for that second spot right now. But single file for those top 6. It goes all the way back to Wetmore, still battling hard, trying to get every position he can. Finally gets around the 6 of Max Hanley. They still stack him up as a 14, and Corey Doozer just seems to not be able to get off that outside line.
That is a gaggle of cars right there, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see some contact before that one's done and over with. Wetmore, look at him, power on the outside around Hanley. Hanley tried to stick it down low to get a run on him. Wetmore said, no, I want this 7th position, and I'm going to keep it as they go down into turn number 3. They're still racing hard behind them. Look at Rolf and Doozer beating and banging side by side.
Got a lot of tire smoke coming off of those cars as they battle through the corners right now. Spencer Preet, good showing there in the Blizzard Series. He's right there in the mix. As the 6 of Hanley gets into the wall off turn number 2. Kind of slides it a little bit there through 3 and 4. Able to maintain his position. The problem is he stacked the field up behind him.
Doozer and Rolf still side by side. What a race these guys are putting on. And Doozer's going to try and clear him on the outside. We'll see if he can get clear of him off turn 4. There's almost contact between the two. Trouble behind in turn 4.
Looks like TJ Graves in the 22.
Yep.
Having another issue right there. So TJ Graves, second incident he's been involved in here in consecutive cautions.
Yep, he tries to cross the nose of the 031 of Childs, and it spins him out down in turn number 3. Caution out again here in the Snowball Derby. Lap 43 of 300 here at Five Flags Speedway. Looking out through the crowd, Andy, I see Tim Terry sitting in the grandstands.
There's a lot of people here. Packed house.
Standing room only for the Snowball Derby. So we've had five cautions so far. Tim Bills has turned the fastest lap of the race with a 15.801. That is, just to give you an idea, about 4/10 of a second off of his quick time in qualifying.
Definitely not surprised that Tim Bills has put up a fastest lap so far here tonight. We saw him dominate this Blizzard Series this season, Ben, and he just flat out the class of the field. Probably could have won all the races if a couple incidents towards the end with lap traffic. I think it was in the first race there. It was so long ago now, by now, but I think it was the first race. He had some trouble with some lap down cars there in turns 3 and 4, and ended up costing him that one.
Yep, like I said, the Blizzard Series races. Unbelievable finishes in all 4 rounds. So we'll stack them up. We'll try this again. Cody Kelly, he has kept that lead ever since lap number 1 in the drop of the green flag. Ryan Luza, he'll restart second. He's been there most of the race. Tim Bills third. Austin Yarbrough is fourth, and Chase Cabry has cracked the top 5 as we prepare for the restart down in turn number 4. Pace car down on the pit road, Kelly and Luza. Green flag. Better restart for Bills. There's not going to be any room, but Luza forces his way to the bottom.
Yeah, I thought that was his chance right there to maybe get that second spot away from Luza, but Luza was able to power into the corner a lot harder than Bills, and that gave him that spot. But still, again, the top 10 cars definitely doing everything. I think you see a lot of giving out there, and letting these guys come down in line, just knowing how hard it is to run on that high side. But caution again.
Oh, big trouble. 07 is involved. That's Brandon Simmons and Ronald Mackey in a 30. Over in turn number 1, didn't see what happened. Those guys just saw the end result, both of them pointing the wrong direction. I'm going to get you a partial replay up. And again, we apologize for the lack of knowing who's involved and the lack of replays, but we're working with what we got here tonight until hopefully the new update comes out tomorrow on the iRacing service to fix the problem that were encountered.
Yeah, it's actually going to trap the 07 of Brandon Simmons behind the pace car there. So on the tail end of the lead lap, right now he'll get the wave around, obviously, with the 1 to go signal. So he'll stay on the lead lap, but for him, unfortunate mistake. Now he's going to have to be in the back of the pack here. So we'll have to see what's going on. Leader's going to stay out on the track, still continue as we're at lap 50 mark here of the Derby.
That's right. You're watching the Snowball Derby, the fast Snowball Derby on LSRTV, the voice of sim racing. We'll be right back.
Did you know that Lion's sense of vision is so powerful, it actually enables nearby creatures to see better? Here we see lions assisting the offspring of others, while their parents are elsewhere in the wild. Brilliant, isn't it? Making the wild kingdom look much better indeed. Do good, be a lion. Being the best, what it looks like to be a cut-up of the...
Our research shows drivers won a league with no
cheating,
kids wrecking me,
admin favoritism, multiple fast repairs,
intentional wrecks.
Drivers we interviewed also won a league with
clean competitive racing, clear-cut rules,
enjoys having all the drivers,
a full field of drivers,
end-of-year cash purse,
follows the rules on a constant basis.
At Domino's TYJ Racing, we listened to the drivers and created a league with high integrity and professionalism just like Domino's Pizza has maintained for the last 55 years. Claim your share of the over $3,000 purse by applying today at Domino'sTYJRacing.com for one of the few remaining Cup car rides or your seat in our action-packed truck series.
Yo, I dropped the 88. Ricky Bobby, shake and bake. Sleeping on it, should've stayed awake, huh?
Green flag back in the air.
Good jump
Kelly.
right there again by our leader, Cody Kelly. He's doing it all night here right now, but the battle going on. Now, oh, we got contact in the back there around Spencer Preek, the 27.
Oh, it's the big one.
It's just going to snowball effect right behind him. So a little contact between him and I think the 15 of Christian X right there was the cause of that. But behind them is where the spin was. So trouble right there. And that's what we typically see here. Once you see that smoke, everybody just comes piling into the mess. And there's really nothing you can do. They're running such high speeds, like 130 miles an hour as they go into the corner. So there's not a lot of time to react on those.
JJ Day gets the worst of it, so rest at the bottom of turn number 4 up to the wall. He is able to get it rolling again. He'll head down pit road. So we will go back under the caution conditions here in the very beginning of the Snowball Derby. Working our way towards lap number 75. We're on 58. Right now, and Andy, you and I were talking about it under the commercial break. The top 10 drivers, top 10, 15, they have it down. They have it down to a T. As far as getting in line, just racing, making it to lap 300. Everybody behind them, though, just trying to get to the front.
Yeah, and you know,
the problem.
And what that's going to be is you got guys that are probably faster. You know, guys that were really fast in practice over the course of the couple hours that they had here before the event, and then you know, just maybe one little slip up in qualifying puts them back in that position. Now you got guys with pretty good setups trying to get around these guys that maybe the setups aren't that great, and the end result is, you know, you end up with a lot of side-by-side racing, a lot of contact, a lot of even three-wide we've seen a couple times already. So typically that's what's going to end up happening, and you'll see that a lot here at the beginning. But once everything starts filing out, it should get. We should get some long green flag runs here, but yeah, it's just a product. You got some fast guys that probably should be up in the front, had some poor qualifying efforts, and that result puts them in the back around some slower cars.
Most definitely. As we continue to pace here at Five Flag Speedway, looks like they're going to turn the lights off.
That's the one benefit, is these caution laps go by pretty quick here. Otherwise, if this was Daytona, we'd be, you know, already probably through our commercials.
Here we go. Pace car down the pit road. field 2x2. Green flag back in the air in the Snowball Derby.
Good jump right there by Tim Bills. Not going to quite be able to get it underneath the 54. Austin Yarborough, he was able to jump down to that inside line. So top 4 now, single file. The side-by-side battles right behind him, though. Chase Cabry, he's got that inside preferred line. He's going to have Tom Wetmore clear that time off turn 4.
He barely had him cleared. If couldn't have slid a card in between the two of them as they headed down the front straightaway. Top 5 now single file as Doozer is looking to work his way inside the top 6. He's trying to get around Wetmore, who is so good on the outside. Doozer also good on the outside. Both these guys so far, I think, the class of the field, battling side by side down into turn number 3.
Yeah, Doozer has been, unfortunately, on the outside pretty much every restart that we've had. Finally gets himself down to the inside, able to take advantage of it now. That's going to send Wetmore back another spot right there to the 7th spot right now. Now he's going to have some battle with Colin Allman in the 32. He's going to get around. Now Wetmore, as he continues to slide back, he's got Christian Eckes on the inside of him.
Allman almost took more off of Wetmore the last go around. Wetmore falls in behind Eckes, gives him a shot down into turn number 3. Now here comes Wetmore, looking low on X, trying to get that 9th position back away from the 15th, from the 15 car. Right behind them, Matt Rolfe in a side-by-side battle with Michael Cosi Jr. That's for the 10th spot. Give it to Rolfe.
We saw that all on board of Cosi Jr.'s car also. That was some great action right there as Wetmore still looking to the inside. It looks like a 15 right there. Christian Eckes got a little sideways off of turn number 2.
Oh.
That's going to put him to the outside. Now everyone else is going to try to freight trade him on the inside. Matt Rolfe, first one to do it in turn 1.
A close call for the leaders. Lee Kelly almost gets crashed by TJ Graves on the front straightaway. Ryan Luza closes up to the bumper of Kelly. We're going to have a battle for the lead in the Snowball Derby.
That's probably our first pretty decent green flag run we got going right now, and our leaders nose to tail going into turn number 3. 37 of Tim Bills falling off a little bit now. He's some half a straightaway or so behind these guys now, so the top 2 really setting the pace right now.
So some of the radio communication going on around the racetrack. It's a little interesting at sometimes. Dan Vining will be the next car. These leaders will put 1 lap on. Cody Kelly will be the first to reach him. He's got Ryan Luza in tow. They're going to reach him right off of turn number 4. That's going to get tight there. Cody Kelly able to get by. So far, so good. He's able to pull away from Luza just a bit down the back straightaway. Tim Bill sits 3rd. 4th is Yarborough. 5th is Cabry. Doozer is coming in the 14. Caution. And a huge crash in turn number 4. The track is blocked. Preet involved. Day involved. O'Neill, Matthews.
Cole Cabry in the 31 also involved. Heavy damage on his car. Lots of smoke coming off that car.
It all started when Hanley and the 31 of Cabry get together on the back straightaway. A hard crash. And then everybody else just piles in.
Even Matthews involved. He's got a lot of damage. A lot of heavy damage to a lot of cars there on that one.
So, we'll regroup from that. Get all that cleaned up. There's going to be a lot of baseball bats and duct tape down on the pit road after that one. The 6 of Hanley being hammers everything. 6 of Hanley being given the EOL for the cause of that caution. Christian Eckes is falling to the back of the pack. Maybe something on road for the 15.
Might have been caught speeding. I don't know, on pit road. I wasn't sure if he came down.
He did take tires, so it might just be dropping him to the back of the field. Chase Cambry's also back there. So it's going to take a minute for all this to get sorted through. Again, we thank you for tuning in to the Fast Snowball Derby right here on LSRTV, the voice of sim racing. Cody Kelly leads on lap number 77, Ryan Luza. He sits second. Third is Tim Bills. Fourth is Austin Yarbrough. Corey Doozer rounds out the top 5.
Couple guys to take note of too there, Ben, is the 42 of Logan Runyon. Started 24th. He's made his way up to that 10th spot. And just behind him in the 81 of Martin Davio. He started 30th here tonight. He's up to 11th. So some guys already making some pretty good progress as far as track position goes. And we're not even to that 1/3 mark of the race yet. So there's a few guys there as you look down the leaderboard that have started way in the pack. David Legg started 29th. He's up to 15th. But green flag back in the air. We're bracing again. Good restart on the outside by Luza. Just unable to hang on to it into turn number 1. No side-by-side battle for there, but he's going to be able to drop into that second spot.
You saw Doozer get real loose in the 5th. Almost gives a shot to Beals. Oh, and my goodness, the 32 of Allman was completely sideways off turn 4. How he kept it straight, I don't know.
Did a real good
Allman
job.
almost sends it in and hits Doozer. Wow, that was close.
Yeah, that was close as his right, and all this happening right in front of Tom Wetmore, who still continues just to struggle on these restarts, unable to get any sort of racing luck right now. He's really giving a shot, though, to that 32 of Allman off of turn number 2 there, back into turn number 3. So some heavy contact right there. A lot of great battles right here in this top 10 now as the 32 of Allman. He's trying to look for more. He's trying to be able to peek a nose and to the inside of Corey Doozer. I'm just unable to do it so far. He catches up to him right before the entry of the corner. Just not enough time to make the dive down. As here comes Wetmore now. He's looking to the inside of Allman.
Remember, it was the Allman machine that almost Wetmore in the wall back in turn 3 and 4. Those many laps ago. Wetmore on the inside of him, going to be able to clear him off turn number 4. Not before a little slide up the racetrack pushes Allman up the racetrack. Allman going to lose a couple positions there.
Yeah, Stephen Burnett in the 5 started 12th. He's up to that 7th spot now. Here comes the 45 of Matt Rolfe. He's going to now try to get around him. They're still battling hard, though. That 32 hanging tough on the outside. That's pretty long.
Trouble right behind him.
The 81 of Martin Davio. He's around. Looks like he got some contact from the 27 of Spencer Preet.
And we saw that one all too good right there on the front straightaway. Davio gets loose and right into his bumper. Luckily for Davio, it wasn't that hard of a hit for the Canadian driver. He is able to get it rolling again.
Try to get a replay of that one up. Might have been close enough that we could get it right there. But pit road's open. Our leader's going to head down pit road here in lap number 86. That's the first we've seen, except for Tom Wetmore. Wetmore's going to stay out. Matt Rolfe's going to stay out. Spencer Preet, those 3 are all definitely going to stay out. Here comes Cozy Jr. He stayed out also. A bunch of guys staying out, but all your top guys look like about the top 10 or so came down pit road.
It's going to give the Eckies and the Cambry machines. It's going to give those guys a chance to get back up through the field. Remember, they pitted on the last caution. Eckies, though, being scored 1 lap down in the 50. So we'll wait for everything to get sorted out here, but we're going to have our first change for the lead. Tom Wetmore leads the Snowball Derby, lap 88.
Yeah, it'll take a couple laps for everything to get situated with the scoring loops, but looks like some other guys coming down pit road this second time around here. So different, obviously we got a bunch of cars a lap down, some a few laps down. Like Mike Rano might have, oh, Mike Rano's still out on the track, so he's 40 laps down, sitting in 34th though. still on the track. So still just 2 cars have called it quit so far here tonight. Not too bad. We had 36 start the race, so only 2 so far have expired completely from this one. Both of them coming early on in this one, but things starting to. What do you think about this strategy for Wetmore staying out there on these old tires, Ben? Working the laps that we are here on lap number 89, and we said these guys could go 100 laps on a full green flag run, but obviously with the cautions, he probably has another 20, 25 laps he could probably get out of that thing. But if we get the long green flag run now, this is going to really hurt him if he's got a pit under caution or under green flag.
Now see if Laura can remember how many laps they've been under caution so far. We're working lap number 90. I'm going to say half of those have been 28 lap caution. Okay, so give or take, we've run about 30 laps green flag. Wetmore going to choose the outside, so about 60 laps on the tires. He does have a little bit of a cushion behind him. First guy on new tires is going to be the Cabri machine in 7th. We'll see how he does from the outside. His pace car down to pit road. Green flag back in the air here in the Snowball Derby. Rolf does not get off the inside line. Wetmore has a 5-10 car length lead as they go to turn 1.
Good battle for that second spot. Cozy Jr. trying to get it on the outside of Matt Rolf. Not going to be able to have him cleared going back into turn number 3. Does a real good job driving it in there, but Rolf going to take advantage of it off of turn number 4. Give him the second. Cozy able to slide down. He's in the 3rd spot. Spencer Preet just behind him in 4th.
Kelly's on the move. Kelly is on the move. He's up to 7th. Right now on the back straightaway on the bumper of Cabri, on the bumper of everybody in front of him. Wetmore has a little bit of advantage, but Kelly and Cabri are coming.
Yeah, they are. These fresh tires. This is where the patience is really going to come into play for Cody Kelly right now. He knows he has a fast car. He knows he has a car that can lead this thing. He's just got to be super patient right now behind these guys, knowing that they're on the old tires. And he doesn't want to burn his off too quickly here either, trying to get around them.
Pavel up the racetrack. Dennis Pavel in the top 5 for the first time. Going to lose that top 5 spot here on lap number 94. Spencer Preet right in front of him, racing or battling a fellow Blizzard Series winner. And number 88, Michael Cozy Jr., that'll be for the 3rd spot. Kelly looks at the inside of Cabri. Cabri gives it to him down in 3 and 4, and Luza sticks his nose in as well. That's for 5th.
Yeah, that's the problem with letting somebody go when you're tightly packed like this. Now he's going to be stuck on the outside as Luza still on the inside off of turn number 2. He's going to get the run here and might have him cleared. He does down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Cabri able to drop back down into that position right now. Now Kelly's got his sights set on that 27 machine of Spencer Preet, unable to do it into turn number 1. He should get the run right here off turn number 2. He does. Preet gets a little out of step sideways there off of turn number 2. That's going to open that bottom lane open. Here comes Luza now. He's going to try to get around him as Kelly still continuing to march his way up the field. He's now looking to get by the 88 of Cozy.
Right behind in Kelly's tracks is that 25 of Luza. Cozy's going to put up a fight on Kelly. Andy, I think if Luza could get by Kelly right here, use one of these guys as a pick. And if Luza could get by Kelly right here, it could be the Snowball Derby winning move of the race because he could hold off Kelly. He's got a fast enough car. He's just got to get by him.
Amazing talking about the winning move of the race. Right now we're about to turn lap 100 right now, so a third of the way through this thing next time by. And Kelly doing a great job here with these fresh tires. Really methodically picking his way through traffic now. He's trying to work his way around Matt Rolfe here off of turn number 4. That's going to put him in that 2nd spot. Here comes Luza. He's going to do the same in turn 1.
Wetmore had an 8/10 of a second lead, almost a second lead last time by. We'll see how quick the Kelly and Luza machines reel him in as we are 1/3 of the way, like you said, here in the Snowball Derby. Right behind those guys, things are getting pretty intense. From 5th on back, there's a caution on the Speedway. A huge crash on the front straightaway.
Yeah, it looks like the 30 was involved. The 81 was around. The track was blocked. JJ Day was in it. Bugate was right there with it. But the 30 machine, the Ronald McKay, looks like he's smoking right there. A lot of damage to that car.
Wetmore almost came in full speed. Too little, too late. And that's the thing, like we talked about in the pre-race show, Andy. Before you know it, coming off turn 4, when you hit the front straightaway, you can't see the start finish line. That's how tight this place is. So you don't know what's in front of you until you're right there on it. If your spotter's not up on his game, if he's paying attention to your car, he can miss it too.
Yeah, that's definitely a man. It's so tough to begin with, and then with the Iris with this build, they brought out more smoke, which is just what we needed. Makes it a lot harder for these guys to see too. So, yeah, once that smoke starts flying and you're coming off turn 4 at full speed, and like you said, if your spotter's not paying attention, it can cause trouble real quick for you, and you end up right into it quickly. And you can see how quickly. Well, we didn't see it on the replay, but that front stretch here, the back stretch, it doesn't matter where it happens, it gets plugged up real quick, and then the cars just start piling into each other, and that's when you get those secondary accidents. You end up with a lot of hurt feelings, a lot of bent sheet metal too with those.
On this caution, Wet takes the journey down pit road, surrenders the lead back to Cody Kelly. It's Kelly, Luza, Rolf. Looks like it's going to be Cabri, Yarborough, top 5 as we stack them up for the restart.
Letting everything cycle through. It looks like Tom Wetmore currently right now, as they ran right there past the line, he's going to restart 18th. So maybe not the best of calls right there as far as strategy, but he's still got plenty of time to pick his way through. And as long as he does exactly what Cody Kelly did there and just take his time going around these guys, he should be all right. But Tom Wetmore's definitely got his work cut out for him. Going to restart 18th. That's obviously the furthest he's been in the field all night long.
Most definitely Christian Ecke's the wave around on that on this caution, I should say. Lights out on the American Childhood Cancer Organization Ford Mustang pace car. 194 laps to go. It'll be 193 at the line as Kelly and Luza get set to bring us back to the green flag. Pace car back down on the pit road. 107 going to be in the books. Green flag back in the air. Good restart for Luza.
It was a good restart, but still not enough right there to get around Cody Kelly. Top 2 are going to single file. Matt Rolfe doing a great job with those old tires here. Sitting 3rd right now. He's got his mirror full of some hungry race cars right now, though. The 54 of Austin Yarborough, he's the one directly behind him right there in position number 4 as they battle real hard. Right behind him, Tim Bills now to the inside of Cabri off of turn 2.
Bills was almost stuck in a 3-wide predicament there going down in a 1. Bills sends it down into 3, almost slides up to Cabri. Cabri working his own on the outside around the B7 of Bills. 37 Bills inside Cabri, 39 outside. They're still side by side to the back straightaway. That's for the top 5 position. Cabri going to pinch him down low. Can he fall back in behind him here? Maybe try for a crossover. No. He'll have to settle in behind the 37 and ride, at least for now.
He will, and just behind them, pretty good battle, too, with the 32 of Colin Allman back in the mix. He just got around the 5 machine of Stephen Burnett, so move him up another spot into that 8th spot right now as he's now trying to work his way around Corey Doozer. Got a good run right there. Maybe make a little contact off turn number 2, but a pretty fast race car right there from the 32 right now. Maybe made some changes on that round of pit stops right there. He's looking real sporty right now as they come off of turn number 4. He's going to look to the inside of the 14 machine. He's going to really wedge it right in there. Now he's got the preferred line off turn 2.
We've seen it. Allman's got heat metal on the car for a reason, and he's not afraid to use it as he's battling for that 7th position. Gonna get it off of turn number 4. Close call there, but Allman up to the 7th position, and Doozer's gonna turn him. Doozer turns him off of turn number 2. Allman goes into the guardrail. We stay green, and he almost sound Ecke's in the process. We stay green.
I can't believe there wasn't.
And now Ecke's crashes Graves.
Man,
Caution flies. Yep. TJ Graves around and into the wall. Caution is out. So that all started down in turn 1 and 2. The Allman incident. Doozer runs it down into turn 1, gets into him. Allman goes around into the guardrail, and we stay green. And then he starts to back it out, and he almost hits Eckes. Eckes has to go off the racetrack. And then when Eckes sends it down into 3, the 22 of Graves was just there and into the wall. Graves goes hard. That's going to be the end of his snowball derby.
Yeah, that was tough right there. It was yeah, it looks like TJ Graves is he is done for the night. Yep. So they're gonna pull that thing behind the garage, but or in the garage. But yeah. Oh, what a I'm just surprised when he backed up on that track. I was like, oh no. Most guys will just stop, you know, and just wait for everyone to go. He didn't wait. He backs that thing right out there. Some good heads up driving by those guys.
It could have easily been a big crash, as our producer lets us know what she would have said. We can't repeat it, but it was loud.
It was loud.
I wouldn't want to see that if I were on the racetrack. Oh, a fun conversation happening on the Whisper side of things. You're watching the Fast Snowball Derby on LSRTV, the voice of sim racing.
The outside contact made. 56 slides it at a 4. Who's going to be at the stripe? Dead even. Give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
Green flag in the air at the Snowball Derby. Welcome back. Ryan Luza, Tim Bills, they fight for the position, and Luza gets it just like he has all race. Bills sits third, fourth is Yarbrough. Battle is for fifth between Cadbury and Doozer. Trouble behind them. It's going to be a big pile up off turn 4. Multiple cars involved. Rolf is in it.
Wow.
And Allman just lost the brakes there, it looked like.
There's a whole lot of cars involved in that one. Try to get a replay of that one because that one was pretty spectacular. How much it was a parking lot there, turn number 4 there.
Eckes was involved, Street was involved, Runyon was involved, Curtis was involved, Childs was involved. I think at this point it's going to be better just to say who wasn't involved.
Our leader wasn't. I know that.
He was one of the very few.
Yeah. That was a big mess right there. Lots of smoke, lots of damage, lots of cars everywhere. Turning the wrong way. And not what you want to see.
Get the hammers and Dougie Freddie again as we ease closer to the halfway point here in the Snowball Derby. Tom Wetmore wasn't involved. He'll move up to the 8th position. And Colin Allman being parked for the rest of the night, Andy, for his actions in that crash. Like I said, he didn't even use the brake pedal. So Allman being parked by race officials for the remainder of the event.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of frustration on his part stuff that happened just prior to that and that other caution when he got turned around. So probably a little frustration under that driver's thing. Had a lot of damage to his car anyway to begin with, but definitely not needed, obviously, and the race officials agreed.
So, we'll get everything sorted out and restack them and get set for another restart as we are only 25 laps away from halfway, 175 from the finish here in the first annual Fast Snowball Derby. We're certainly glad you've tuned in right here on LSRTV, the voice of sim racing. Andy Kessler, Ben Kilcrease on the call. Laura Lawson is getting the picture that you see to you, and we're pretending that we have somebody down on pit road. What's his name, Andy? Andy doesn't know. Andy is eating a hot dog now. Lights out on the pace car. Green flag in the air and a close call there on the restart.
Yeah, now that's
Yarborough.
Bill's needed right there.
Yep, Bill's on the inside of Luza. Yarborough almost caused a big collision there. Ryan Luza, though, look at this. A power move on the outside. Luza clears the 37 and is back to second just like that. He has got a fast car.
Yeah, that 37 machine also. Oh, trouble behind these guys again.
Not sure on the incident there. Again, due to the latest build in iRacing that actually knocked out the service for a couple
for like
of days.
3 or 4 days.
Yeah, it was a very, I mean, there were people on the internet that were going completely insane because they couldn't sit down and hold their wheel and turn.
You're not kidding. Facebook was blowing up. Jesus. People are just like, what do we do with ourselves? We can't get out and race. I don't know.
Couldn't troll people on the forums. It was
bad. It was a
dark day on the internet.
I can just imagine if they ever shut the thing down, what would happen. Holy. That mass chaos in the world. But yeah, unfortunate. It is what it is. So I'm sure they'll get it fixed by the next time we have another build. So we'll be all right.
Oh yeah, we'll have full caution out again here at the Snowball Derby. Cody Kelly, still your leader.
I'll tell you what though, man. That was the opportunity that Tim Bills needed to get that second spot there, and just unable, man. Wow, Ryan Lewis is just so fast. Even on the outside, just has a really, really good car here tonight. That's unlike it. We saw Tim Bills in the Blizzard Series just be dominant and fast, and I'm sure, obviously, those were all night races, so I'm sure he had to make some adjustments to his setup for this race. But for his opportunity there to get he just got real tight in the center of the corner there, and he had to get out the throttle, and that gave Luza the advantage on the outside. But yeah, man, that was his opportunity right there. But I'll keep an eye on that 54 car right behind him there, Austin Yarborough. He's been showing some real good. He's been putting on some good racing here at this whole race. Really, he's been up here in the top 10. So that 54 machine's opportunity right there. He might have almost got that third spot there if we kept going green. So we'll keep an eye on him on this restart.
And look who's back in fifth.
Yep. He worked his way up. Listen, you know what? I give a lot of credit to guys like him and Cody Kell and Luza and what they did when they came down pit road and all those guys stayed out. They were able to just pick their way through. And, I'm sure Tom Wetmore is really wiping his brow right now going, all right, I made it back up here. No incident. We're good. No damage to the car. We'll be all right. So I'm sure it was a pretty interesting few laps for him there trying to get his way back up through the field.
Lights out. On the Childhood American Cancer Organization Ford Mustang pace car. I messed that up. We turn the lights back on the pace car because they want to give me another shot to say it. So lights come back out. We'll had a slight mishap in the lineup there. So now we'll turn the lights off.
Are they cooking down on pit lane there, Ben? Is that a barbecue going? Oh no, never mind. That's just a car.
Yeah,
couldn't see it behind the smoke. I thought somebody was cooking.
Yeah, that's a little
Cooking
bit
hot
behind.
dogs and
That's a little bit
burgers
further
without
in the end. We'll get some after the race. Lights out on the American Childhood Cancer Organization Ford Mustang pace car. Got it right that time as the field works their way through 3 and 4. 2 by 2, Kelly, Luza, Bills, Yarborough, and Wetmore. Green flag back in the air.
Well, another good jump by Loser there. He's really fast even on the outside, but just not fast enough to get around Cody Kelly on the outside. Oh, caution. Trouble in turn number 1.
Ray Farlow, 72. Comes off the bumper of the 27, comes right across his nose, and then the 101 of Dante Curtis. With a little bit of arc brake into turn number 1. That'll put us under caution for under caution again here in a small derby. So we
big shout out
apologize for the dead air there, and someone is thinking. I haven't heard this name. Maybe you have, Andy. How do you pronounce it?
Is it Justin Rosenau?
Rosie O'Donnell?
No. It's Rosenau.
That's not it. Rosenau, huh? Justin Rosenau.
The Michigan native
with us
out there tuning in.
Him and I were on the call for the Father's Day Invitational here for Fast at Five Flag Speedway.
You can hear Justin on these airwaves Tuesday nights for the Pro RSR during the Full Throttle Cup Series also. So glad to have him tuning in, catching out all this great action we got going on here tonight.
Following in the footsteps of his mentor, Ben Kilgies. Working our 14th caution of the night as the lights go out on the American Childhood Cancer Organization Ford Mustang car. Cody Kelly, your leader. Ryan Luza sits second. Third is Tim Bills. Wetmore has worked his way up to 4th, and Austin Yarborough is 5th. 2 by 2 the field goes as we come to complete lap 141 of 300 here in the first annual Fast Snowball Derby. Green flag back in the air. So far, so good. To the back straightaway.
I thought Tim Bills was going to really dive it in there in the turn 1, but didn't. But pretty good battle going on behind these guys around that 6-7 spot right now there, the 51. He's all in the mix of it. Cozy Jr. still trying to get involved here. Running right now in that 9th spot, so a lot of good action going on here around that top 10 area, Ben. We got a lot of cars all battling hard right there. Is Cozy now looking to the inside of the 98, JJ Day. We haven't said much of him lately, or this race at all. He's been in the back of the pack there. Started in 34th. He's up to that 9th spot now, but contact. The 51 gets into this rear quarter panel. That's Kobe Franklin that gets into JJ Day, and JJ Day is around in turn number 4.
And the announcer's curse continues. We talk about the good run he has, and around he goes in turn 3. It looked like Franklin just got into the bumps down in 3, slid up the racetrack ever so slightly, and tags him in the left rear. Preet gets into him pretty hard, blows the motor.
A lot of smoke coming from that car, the 27. He was up in that top 10 all race long too, man, and then just had that one incident that got him the EOL, got sent to the back, and been struggling trying to get back up there all race long, and he was involved in that one right there, so tough break for that 27. You know, he would like to have been up there in the top 5 battling these guys.
Most definitely. Special thanks to Studio 10 Wraps, a longtime supporter of Fast. RS Center and his cutting-edge design work was prolific through the Snowball Derby weekend this year. Center began supporting Fast with the inaugural Fast Legends Million and has been on board with the league ever since. All your real-world racers out there, head over to studio10wraps.com and get in touch with RS Center today. Caution out again. Here at the Snowball Derby, Kelly, your leader. Ryan Luzis at second. Third is Tim Bills. Fourth is Tom Wetmore. And fifth, Stephen Burnett. So they turn the lights off as Andy and I were listening to race control chatter.
I'll tell you that pace car is getting to work out tonight.
Yeah. Brian Abson driving the American Childhood Cancer Organization Ford Mustang pace car tonight, usually in the Alan Turner Hyundai Sonata. Swap it up for the Derby here this evening. He's been pacing the field quite often tonight. He's turned quite a few laps in the Derby. Green flag back in the air. Good restart for Luza. Good restart for Wetmore, who is going to pass Tim Bills on the outside, possibly. Oh, Bills almost slides up into him. Close racing for the third spot right there.
Oh, it looked like Wetmore hit the wall right in the center of the straightaway there. He had to come down in behind. Now he's going to cross him over now. Now he's going to take that inside lane over Tim Bills here going into turn number 3. Good battle right behind him.
Contact behind.
Oh, big wreck. 88, the 5. Even Burnett.
And turn 4. More populated than a Black Day parking lot. As the 5 goes around right in front of Cozy. Well, both of those get together, both those do, and then it's just on from there. Cabri is involved, a race-winning car there. Yarbrough is involved in the 54.
Yeah, that's not good for him.
Big race-winning cars involved in this caution.
Oh, leaders are coming down pit road.
While they come down pit road, take this time to... I'm going to go grab a hot dog myself. I'll get you a chicken basket, Andy.
We'll do a full field rundown when we come back.
There you are. You're listening to LSRTV, the voice of sim racing, the Fast Snowball Derby.
Trucking has always been a part of me. It started years ago when my dad and granddad were hauling vegetables to market in Liverpool. The family immigrated to Canada in the late 60s and settled near Alliston, Ontario. I bought my first truck in 1982 and Mercer Trucking was born. Today, Mercer Trucking has over 50 trucks in terminals in Toronto and Los Angeles. Our storage facilities at both terminals can handle any size of distribution needs throughout North America. We service the continental U.S., including Hawaii and Alaska. We run over 120,000 miles per month and some of the best equipment on the road today. We specialize in less than truckload shipments, show freight, we do rush team service deliveries, and haul your refrigerated or heated product. Our regular team service from Canada to California is second to none, and our staff and drivers are among the best in the business. I'm proud of our people and what they can achieve. Trucking is in my blood, it's my livelihood, and it's what I do best.
Once its sights are set, nothing can stop the ferocious lion from capturing its prey. Relying on keen senses, lions search patiently before striking with alarming speed. Wait for it. Gotcha, Mr. Piece of Rubbish. He is truly the master of his environment. Do good, be a lion.
Welcome back to the Fast Snowball Derby at Five Flags Way in Pensacola. Ben Kilcrease, Andy Kessler in the booth tonight. Laura Lawson is your producer, getting the picture that you see to you. Let's do a real quick top 10. Andy David Legg, your leader. Cody Kelly sits second. Third is Ryan Luza. Fourth is Tim Bills, and Tom Wetmore is fifth.
Yeah, sixth, Steve Burnett. Matt Rolfe is seventh. Eighth is Ray Farlow. Ninth, Colby Franklin. And 10, Paul Fugate.
Pace car to pit road, green flag back in the air, restart for Legg, and loses to the inside of Kelly. Loses to the inside of Kelly down in turn 1 and 2. That could be the move of the race right there as we're 140 laps away from the finish. Ryan Luza for the first time tonight is in front of Cody Kelly.
He is, but now they got to make their way around David Legg now. They got a good run going into turn number 1. David Legg looking to lead some laps here. Pushes up the racetrack a little bit off turn number 2. Opens the bottom lane. Here comes Luza now for the race lead. He's got Cody Kelly right behind him. Tim Bills in line. And here comes Wetmore. He's also involved.
Luza leads the Snowball Derby. Right behind him, Cody Kelly all over his rear bumper. Can Luza start to pull some distance between he and the 75? Clean air is deadly here at Five Flags Speedway. Tim Bills, Wetmore, they battle for the third spot right behind the battle for the lead.
That battle for the lead, I'll tell you, that 75 car is going to be tough to hold off right now. Luza doing everything he can. Currently looking to the inside, though. Here comes the 75. He's got a nose in there. Unable to make the pass, so Luza able to pinch him down. He continues to lead back into 1.
Luza gave him just enough room to stick his nose down there, but not enough room to be safe doing so. Luza still your leader.
Good move into turn number 3 and 4 right now. Off of turn number 4. A pretty good run right there for Kelly. Kelly unable to get that run he needs to get up underneath him off the corner. So Luza doing everything he can right now as they make their way around a lap car down there on the access road, or the I should say the apron of the racetrack right there. Still a pretty good battle, but why these guys battle. That 37 of Tim Bills actually looks like he's starting to close the gap along with Tom Wetmore.
They might have turned the boosters on just halfway to see what they have. Luza still leads. Cody Kelly second, right there on his bumper. Luza is real good out of 2. Kelly is good down in 3 and 4. Watch him close right up to the bumper of Luza there. He almost gives him a shot in the middle of 3 and 4. Kelly is there. Give him a lap or 2 and he could be back in the lead here at the Snowball Derby. Right behind him, Wetmore is all over the bumper of Bills. Wetmore looked low coming out of 2. Couldn't get the nose down there. Good battle for the lead and good battle for that 3rd spot.
That's a couple good battles. We could probably get them all in one camera shot too, right here for you. It looks like Bill's now actually able to pull away just a little bit over Wetmore for that 3rd spot, about a 1 car length difference right there. But I'll give some credit right now to Kelly. He's been able to stay right on that bumper, and typically at a short track, it's real hard to do because it's all about timing the braking going into the corner with the car in front of you, and he's doing a heck of a job at that right now as he's still all over that rear deck lid and just no distance at all in between those guys. A pretty good battle, but Luz is doing a great job keeping his eyes forward, not watching that rearview mirror.
Something unheard of, almost at Five Flag Speedway, to stay that close to somebody, because when you get out in clean air like Luz is, it's almost deadly. But Kelly's so tucked up behind the rear bumper of Luz, it's almost like he's out in clean air as well. So I think that's one of the reasons he's staying this close. If you see a little bit of separation like you do with the Bills and Wetmore situation a little bit behind them, you'd start to see Kelly fall back just a little bit more. But he's right there on the bumper. If you can stay hooked to the bumper, you can stay hooked. But if you get a little bit of space in between, he's going to start falling back as Luza continues to lead the Snowball Derby. An unbelievable battle up front as we close in on the 125 lap to go mark here at Five Flag Speedway.
Almost like they're drafted down these short straightaways here, Ben. Obviously, draft isn't a factor at this racetrack, but it sure looks like they're doing some of that right now. A little bit of separation right there, about half a car length. Closes right back in there, Kelly, as they enter turn number 1. So, I don't know. I think that 75 is still fast enough to get around him. Just not sure if he's ready to push the issue yet, as this time by 125 laps still left to go here.
Undoubtedly one of our longest runs so far here this evening at the Snowball Derby. Kelly still right here. This is the battle on the racetrack that we have been watching and will continue to watch, because it's for the most prestigious win in all of simulation motorsports and all of fast. Kelly right there. Still cannot get the nose. Luza is more than willing to give him a nose on the bottom, but he's going to pinch him down if he does. They'll be running into just a little bit of lap traffic here soon. Kelly almost gives him a shot off turn 2. He's got a nose. He's got a nose to 3. Luza lets him go. Luza lets him go, and Cody Kelly leads the Snowball Derby. What you think, Andy?
Yeah, I'm just in amazement right here. What a great battle by these guys. Luza lets him go. We'll see if he can stay on his back bumper here, Ben. But it looks like a little separation already is starting to come into play, and now the lap traffic's starting to come into the picture also. So about a car separating these two for the race lead right now. I think that 75 machine just a tick faster than Luza, and really put a lot of pressure on him there on that run when he got the lead. So I think Luza did the right thing right there. Let him go. Probably got one more pit stop here before this thing's over. So probably an opportunity to make one more adjustment and really take a whack at it.
So there we go. Just like that, the battle starts to get some separation in between the two, and that gives us a chance to look back through the rest of the field. Let's talk about Ray Farlow in the 72. He's been in a couple of incidences already this evening. He sits 5th here in the Snowball Derby with a good run going in at number 72 right here. Just under 120 laps to go in the Snowball Derby.
Yeah, Farlow started 19th up to that 5th spot already. And right behind him, David Legg, who restarted this one in the race lead because he stayed out. and all the way from 29th to 6th. So good job by both of those guys right now. The two guys, I would say, in the top 10 that have made up the most ground here so far in the race. So a good job by those guys, because if you look at the top four right now, the top four is the top four that started this race. A little bit of a difference in a couple of positions, but other than that, those top four guys, they're the ones running the top four. So good job by Farlow and Legg to be where they are at this point in the race.
Yeah, most definitely. There we go. Trying to get the brain to communicate with the mouth. Heavy lap traffic for the two leaders. Looks like they worked through the first pairing as they go by Austin Yarbrough. Yarbrough, I thought had a chance to win. Was involved in the incident so many laps ago. Yarbrough going to be lucky to finish top 15 here at the Snowball Derby. Simmons and Powers, they battle for a position right in front of leader Cody Kelly.
Hey, you talk about Austin Yarbrough. That is a tough break for him. Started 6th in this race, ran top 5 all race long, and then found himself coming down pit road. Decided to come down. His strategy was to come down that some 50 laps ago or so it was, and then obviously he was a little further back in the field, and then he was caught up in that wreck there. So unfortunate for him. He did have a really fast car that probably would have easily been a top 5 finish for him at least. Maybe a chance to win with some strategy play maybe towards the end, but just an unfortunate thing right there for the 54. But he's keeping his head down. You never know. You race it out till the end. He's 2 laps down right now. He's still can battle it out. He's in 16th right now, so he can still battle it out, get a couple more spots here, and salvage a decent finish here.
Didn't get a chance to do a full race rundown when we came back from commercial break a couple laps ago, so let's go ahead and do that now. Andy, Cody Kelly is your leader. Ryan Luza, he sits second. Third is Tim Bills. Fourth is Tom Wetmore. Fifth is Ray Farlow. Sixth, David Legg. Matt Rolfe sits seventh. In the 8th position is Colby Franklin. Paul Fugate is 9th, and 10th is Stephen Burnett.
The 88 of Michael Cozy Jr. sits 11th. 12th is J.J. Day. 13th, 1 lap down, is Robert O'Neill. Brandon Simons is 14th. Logan Runyon is 15th. 16th, 2 laps down, is the 99 of Daniel Viney. Austin Yarbrough sits 17th. 18th is Logan Powers. Christian Eckes is 19th, and 20th is Max Hamley.
Corey Doozler sits 21st. 22nd is Chase Caffrey. 23rd is Spencer Preet. Dante Curtis is 24th. 25th is PJ Childs. 26th is Colin Allman. 27th is Dennis Pavel. 28th is CJ Graves. Ronald Mackey is 29th, and 30th is Martin DeBayou.
And the rest of these guys right now, the 38 of Kyle Gilbert, he is off the racetrack. He's sitting 31st. The 31 car of Cole Cabry, he has pulled it behind the garage. So is Stephen Matthews in 33rd, Mike Rhino in 34th. 35th is Adam Maddox, and Jerry Goff was the first one out of this race.
Special thanks to Air Performance, longtime Sabura Fast. Air Performance, based out of Hartford, Alabama, specializes in custom louver and fabrication applications for commercial businesses across the country. Head over to airperformanceinc.com to learn more.
I'll tell you what, Ben, this field's really starting to get spread out now. The green flag laps are starting to click away, and your leader, Cody Kelly, is now lapped up to 10th place now. So Stephen Burnett in that number 5 car just got lapped just a moment ago. Paul Fugate next on the list there in the 9th position. So coming up on these lap guys rather quickly here.
That we are, as we are working lap 200 right now. Cody Kelly has 100 laps to go here in the Snowball Derby at the line. Just 1/3 left in this race. Do we see another caution between here and the checkered flag? If not, do we have enough gas? And if we see a caution, what's the strategy going to be? Who's going to stay out? Who's going to take 2? Who's going to take 4? What's going to happen?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting if it stays green, if these guys can make it to the ends, because it's going to be at least try to make it. What was that going to be? About 130 laps or so they were going to have to make it. So it's going to be a tough call here to see if these guys, how much fuel they would have to save if it's going to be that close, or if they're just going to have to pit. And not too often you see green flag pit stops at a place like this.
Most definitely. Cody Kelly leads the Snowball Derby. Ryan Luza trying to chase him down in the second position. You're watching the first annual Fast Snowball Derby from Five Flags Speedway on LSRTV, the voice of sim racing.
But here comes Gregor Hutu into Canada corner for the final time. Just 2 corners left to go before he finally makes himself a triumphant return back to victory lane. He has led 38 laps of this event here today, and Gregor Hutu once again is a winner. Gregor Hutu will work himself through the Cobra Parabolica. He will claim his 46th victory in iRacing.com World Championship competition. Gregor Hutu, for the second race in a row, reigns supreme.
The one thing that I think is the most important is we've been racing this Ground Championship Series for quite some time now, a very long time even at that, and he is the only driver to have ever won a professional road race at Watkins Glen.
But there is nothing that could crack that finish #1 Team Redline driver. Gregor Hutu worked himself out the final corner, and just as he did in 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, in 2015, Hutu once again wins at Watkins Glen.
Hutu will come across the line and takes the win for round 7 here at Virginia International Raceway.
Here he comes now, just 3 corners left to go, into Brooklands for the final time, into Luffield for the final time. Never ever say that Gregor Hutu is beaten, because he just comes back bigger, he comes back stronger. He wins round #9 of the World Championship Series, 49th win of his career. If you're the world's greatest sim racing driver, you can do it with your statements on the road courses. Do it when it matters. Out of the final corner for the final time, number 50 for Gregor Hutu, out of the final corner. At the top of the broadcast, we said if Hutu could win here today, he could well cement himself as the championship favourite. Gregor Hutu, the #1 machine, back to victory lane, win number 51. Hutu is inching closer rapidly to his 5th, and yes, I say that correctly, his 5th World Championship. Out of the bus stop chicane comes the #1 Team Redline driver. Gregor Hutu will win here at Circuit Spa Francorchamps. Yes, you may be behind a computer with a steering wheel and a set of pedals, but for these drivers, this is as close as they may ever get to racing in real life. It will be Gregor Hutu coming past the line. He is a 5-time world champion. Gregor Hutu wins the championship one more time. He is the greatest driver in the history of open wheel racing here at iRacing.com, and dare I say it, he is the greatest open wheel champion in the history of sim racing.
Welcome back to the Snowball Derby live right here on LSRTV. Want to send a special thanks to Eddie Ritchie from Turn 1 Photos. Turn 1 Photos featuring Eddie Ritchie is the official track photographer of Mobile International Speedway. Sorry, Cozy Jr. was out of shape over in turn number 4. He's the official photographer at Mobile International Speedway in Irvington, Alabama. You can see at the track each weekend, snapping crisp, clean images of all the racing action. and he can also be found at Mobile's sister track and fast home track, Five Flag Speedway. Throughout the year, caution is out. And it's the 88 FOZ around. He finally loses it, this time over in turn number 4. And that changes the face of this race.
Doesn't look like we'll get a replay of that one, but if any of these leaders that were pretty much mowing the field down here, if any of them are short, this is their chance now. They don't have to make that green flag stop. They'll come down, get some tires, get fuel. It'll be the last time you'll see them on pit road. We only had 4 cars, Ben, on the lead lap there when the caution came out. So I'm sure there might be a few guys looking to take the wave around and stay on the lead lap and then hope for another quick caution there. But that was a really good green flag run we had there.
"17 cautions tonight as Cody Kelly going to win the race off pit road. Luza will be second. Whitmore going to come out third over Tim Bills in fourth, excuse me. So we'll let everything cycle around.
I was going to say the leader was putting down some pretty fast cars all that were up there all race long, putting them down a lap. So it just showed you on the long run how quick that 75 machine of Cody Kelly was too. So not only a short run car, but he definitely had the best in the long run also. He was almost pushing to 2 seconds there, a lead over Matt Luza, so or Ryan Luza, excuse me. So yeah, just a dominant car that he has brought here tonight.
And Kelly will regain the lead. Luza will be second. Third, gonna go to Whitmore, and fourth will be Ray Farlow being scored fourth right now. Tim Bills is actually scored 1 lap down. So maybe a miscommunication
there,
on the pit side of things for the Blizzard Series champion Tim Bills, and the rest of the field doesn't know what to do. A tough break for Tim Bills. He's back to 10th now. Oh my.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there on that one, Ben, but definitely a third place car all night long, and unfortunately having some issues here late.
Wow. So we wait. Still getting bunched up. Lights are off with 75 laps to go here in the Snowball Derby. Ryan Luza, if there's any way he can snag the lead here, he's got to do it. He's got to do it and hold off Cody Kelly. Kelly is your leader. Pace car to pit road. Green flag back in the air.
A great jump. He's been doing it all night long right there. Able to get out over Ryan Luza. Look at that 72. We just talked about him being in the top 10, 6, or he was in 7th, I think it was, or something not too long ago. Look at him in there in 3rd, the 72 of Ray Farlow, all the way from 19th up to 3rd. Right behind him, JJ Day. Hard night, hard battle of night for him. Accidents, all kinds of things for him. 34th to 4th. So good job for those guys. Hopefully they can hang on to it all for the rest of the race.
JJ D in a gaggle of cars right now off of turn number 4. Up by the wall, trouble on the front straightaway. O'Neal almost goes around, he keeps it straight. Luza closing in on the bumper of Holly. He's gonna have to get there and pass him if he wants a shot, I think.
Yeah, this is where typically Kelly was able to pull away from him at the beginning, but actually Luza's been reeling him in, so maybe the crew made an adjustment here on this pit stop. Maybe it was something that he needed right there. We'll have to see how this run goes on, if Kelly's able to pull back away from him or not. But right now, Luza doing a great job sticking to his bumper here off turn number 2, going into 3. Closes the ground just a little bit more. Battle still continuing. Look at Luza going into turn number 1, closing the gap even some more right now. Maybe trying a different line right now. Maybe letting off a little earlier, getting into the corners, trying to get that power run off. But right now he's still hanging with them off of turn number 4. Closes the gap half a car length now. Closing in for this race lead. Enters a little higher than Cody Kelly right now. And it looks like right now entering high like he's doing is giving him the advantage on corner exit. Still half a car length now as they hit the start finish line here. Complete lap number 233. We're closing in on the end of this one. Luza making it a great battle for the win.
He is right there on the bumper. He couldn't get it turned down in turn 2 there. So I have to pick back up over here in turn number 4. I know we're still 65, 66 laps away from the finish of this thing, but if you can use the bumper right now to get to the lead, you got to do it. You absolutely have to do it because this is the Snowball Derby. Yeah, in the Blizzard Series race, you'd wait a couple laps, but not here in the Snowball Derby. With 60 or so laps to go, it's time.
You want to be in the lead at this prestigious race, and he was able to do it earlier on, and he's doing a great job hanging on to it there, staying with them right now. We'll see how as these tires wear off, man, if he's able to, but you can definitely see 1 and 2 entering a little bit higher, able to turn that car down to the bottom and get a decent run, and I think right now that's what's keeping them, they were able to keep him on about a half a car length difference right now currently, and that's the way it's stayed for the last 10 or so laps.
I think he's going to need some lap traffic.
Yeah, a couple picks
need
don't
some
hurt.
lap traffic to help. Yep, certainly doesn't. That's
Look at that run he had off 4 right there.
Yeah, he is right there. He is right on the bumper, and he closes again off of turn number 2. Luza is getting within bumper range of leader Cody Kelly as we close in on 60 laps to go here in the Snowball Derby.
I definitely think they found out something on that pit stop. They definitely hit the right direction with the setup, with the small changes they did under that pit stop. So Luza doing everything he can to try to at least battle him hard for this race win, not let him walk away with it. It was almost 2 seconds of a lead on that last green flag run, and right now he can't even shake him right now. Cody Kelly doing a great job hanging on to a lap traffic, though, starting to play a factor here as they exit turn number 4. They should have him by the time they get to turn number 2.
Where does the lap traffic go? Does he stay high or does he stay low? It's JJ Day. He'll move to the outside. Kelly catches him right on corner exit. That's going to allow Luza to close in 3 and 4. Luza closes up to the bumper of Kelly right there. 38 laps to go in the Derby.
Yeah, he was able to close up real nicely here as they exit turn number 2 and more lap traffic. Dive into turn number 1. Going to allow Luza to close the gap again here as they exit turn number 4. A big run right there.
Kelly got loose. That is the first mistake we've seen out of Cody Kelly tonight, and the pressure is on from Ryan Luza. We've been watching these guys for at least 200 laps, and we have not seen the first mistake out of either one of them. Now they're starting to slip. Luza has a nose down in 1. Luza looks for the lead in the Snowball Derby with 55 laps to go. They're side by side as they race to 3.
He really powered it into turn number 1 right there. Not able to clear him though as of yet. They're still door to door as they exit or go back into turn number 1 right there. Luza definitely with the preferred line. I think Kelly chose wisely there. Let him go. Don't wear my tires out. We'll stay with him. See if we can get him on the long run right now. But Luza, your new leader off of turn 4.
54 to go in the Snowball Derby. New leader Ryan Luza. Now he's in the spot. He's where he needs to be. He's just got to hold off Cody Kelly and put some distance in between he and the 75. And he's going to go down in the history books as the winner of the first annual Fast Snowball Derby. But we've still got 53 laps to go. And lap traffic right in front of these guys. But Luza's putting some distance. He is opening up that lead. Ryan Luza, they found something on that pit stop. And he is putting it to use.
He absolutely is. Now the lap traffic right in front of him. We'll see if that comes into effect. He's able to clear him before they enter turn number 3. So a good job right there. Just behind him, Cody Kelly able to clear him. Also, still though, 1 car length gap right now in between them. Closes it ever so slightly as they enter turn number 1. Off turn 2, though, he pulls away again. Luza, definitely a great car off the corners.
Oh man, we are setting up for a photo finish, I do believe, here in the Snowball Derby. Kelly looks like he got a little bit loose off of 4 there. Like I said, we haven't seen many mistakes out of these guys, but as we close into the final 50 laps, the pressure is on. The Tom Dawson Trophy awaits in victory lane for one of these drivers, and we've just got to figure out which one it's going to be in the final 48.
They're finding the lap traffic just at the right times here. It seems lap after lap right there as they make their way around the 99 of Dan Viney. Still, though, half a car length. That's all that separates these two guys. They come off of turn number 2 this time by. This is just amazing. They can come down to this 253 laps later, and these guys you cannot throw a blanket over them. They're right there together.
They've got 2 lap cars in front of them that are doing a little bit of battling. That's the Burnett machine and the Matt Rolfe machine, 5 and 45. Matt Rolfe sits 5th in that beautifully painted car. He gives way to the leaders. That's a good race car driver right there. 45 is to go in the Snowball Derby this time by. Luza still your leader. This is going to go all the way down to the wire, so if you don't have a friend that's tuned in, if you have a family member that's not tuned in, tell them to turn it on now, because we're setting ourselves up a Snowball Derby finish here at Five Flags Speedway.
Yeah, imagine a caution now, and then they can come down for more tires. Battle out even harder.
Oh,
I mean, this is just amazing right now. Coming down to this, obviously these guys don't have to pit anymore for fuel or anything like that. It's pretty much what you got. It's what you got. And Luza, I think they definitely hit the setup there, hit the adjustments just right there. I'm not sure if Kelly was content with the way the car was, or maybe they over adjusted, but starting to spread the gap right now. Luza almost 2 car lengths now, heading back into turn 1.
This is the biggest lead anybody has had over Cody Kelly in this race. Usually Kelly is right there on their bumper. Oh, lap traffic right in front of Luza is going to slow him down for a brief moment as the day and leg machine battle it out. Still not enough for... Oh, now leg gets loose right in front of Luza. A close call as a driver. At this moment of the race, like Ryan Luza leading the Snowball Derby, you're thinking, what can go wrong? What is going to go wrong? You're not thinking of winning this race or holding the Tom Dawson Trophy. You're thinking about, what am I going to have to avoid? What am I going to have to do?
Yeah, we've seen it. We saw it in the Blizzard races.
What's going to go wrong?
How many times do we see it in the Blizzard races this season with the leader having issues with lap traffic? So it's something these guys definitely don't want on their mind right now. They want to be able to focus on what they got to do. And for Cody Kelly, he's got to figure something out. Maybe try a different line. I know Luza was running a different line while he was behind him. He was kind of entering a little higher, and he was able to turn it down, get a decent run off the corner. And I think that's what's giving him the advantage right now. But one thing for Kelly, he hasn't changed his line all night long here as they continue to work around more lap traffic here in turns 1 and 2.
What do you think? Do you think Kelly could be saving his stuff? I don't think he is. I think Kelly could save his stuff and ride behind Luza on the last couple of runs.
I think this late in the race, I don't think he's saving anything, honestly, either one of them. 35 to go right here.
Kelly. Yep, 35 laps to go in the first annual Fast Snowball Derby. Field is pretty spread out. I don't think we'll see another caution unless we have a single spin. And Ryan Luza is continuing to pull away. It's over a half of a second now. He picked up almost a 10th that lap.
Yeah, another 10th that lap. He's definitely on a rail right now. That car is definitely peaked at the right time for this race.
this win, and he wants it bad.
Just don't know what happened to that 75 machine. Honestly, just man, it seemed like unstoppable all night long until this last restart.
Maybe, like you said, a wrong change on the setup, or maybe the pressure just got to his head. Just the list goes on and on of things that could have happened to the 75 that we don't know about. Easing up on 30 laps to go, and there's 4 lap cars right in front of Lusa that could stand between him and the Dawson Trophy.
This is where you're telling yourself, your spotters, calm on the radio, telling you, you know, 1 lap at a time, you know, reading off your lap times, reading off your second place lap times also, just so you know just so you're not overdriving the car where he's at right now. Obviously, he doesn't have to overdrive it. In 8, just a matter of his spotter trying to keep him calm and just focus, hit your marks, and you'll come home with the victory. So he's doing everything right as it is now. He's just got to be able to navigate through this traffic here that's just in front of him. It's going to be one car after another here in a moment.
9/10 of a second. Now almost a full second lead for Ryan Lusa. And you said it, the lap traffic is there. He is right on the rear bumper of 4 back-to-back-to-back cars. O'Neal going to go high for him.
Kobe Franklin just in front of him.
As an announcer, as a driver, even the fans, you just hold your breath.
Oh, yeah.
At this moment of the race.
No,
Especially at the Snowball Derby, because anything can happen where we always see that signature
19th to 4th, so great job for him. Great run for him. Hopefully he can hang on to this thing.
Lusa has the hard part out of the way. The lap track.
Yep, that's Paul Fugate, the 99 at Dan Vining again. Fugate having a great race too. Not a lot of times all the way from 21st up to that 7th spot, 1 lap down. So that 44 machine having a good run tonight too.
Lusa gets hung up a little bit with a 99, but he does get by. Fugate in the Blizzard Series was his luck right in the Blizzard Series was just, oh, it was so bad.
Horrible.
Yeah. He didn't have bad luck. He didn't have any luck at all.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's good to see him have a good top 10 run here in the Snowball Derby.
Even with the lap traffic, though, Cody Kelly able to, somewhat maintain this around a 1 second deficit right now. So they definitely can say that he wasn't saving anything. It's just something went amiss, maybe a bad set of tires or something. But it's just not exactly what he was probably hoping for here for the last run.
Maybe Ryan Lusa was doing this the whole race.
Yeah, maybe. You never know. We'll have to ask him. Maybe he'll be honest in victory lane if he gets there.
A couple more cars for Lusa. 16 laps to go, and Cozy is all over the place. Cozy is real loose in that 88, and they're side by side right in front of him. They're still side by side in front of Lusa. This is going to stack him up because they're battling right in front of Ryan Lusa.
Fugate finally able to get around him, but he dives back down to the bottom again, right in front of Lusa. That's going to slow him up also. We'll give it to him right here in turn number 3, though. Yeah, Cozy was a top 5 car early in the race also. Had some misfortunes.
Had a win in the Blizzard Series this season.
Yeah, he did.
Just caught up at the place at the wrong time earlier in the race. Still going to come out of here at least with a 12th place finish. It's up to 1.7 seconds, the lead that Luza has. He comes to 12 laps to go this time by in the Snowball Derby. We're running out of time if there were to be a late race caution. Here, iRacing caution laps count. And we do not have green-white checkers.
What are those?
Those are the things at the end of the race. 2003.
I don't even remember. I've never heard of them.
You must be playing iRacing.
Yeah, it's the only racing I know about.
10 to go. 10 to go for Ryan Luza. We have sparks bouncing off the cars, grass bouncing off the cars, but no green-white checkers. Maybe one day. 9 to go for Luza.
You got airplanes taking off, traffic. We can't get green, white checkers.
Laps are counting down for the 2015 Allen Turner Hyundai Pro Late Model Champion here at Five Flag Speedway. He's looking to go to victory lane here in the first annual Fast Snowball Derby on the virtual side.
2 seconds.
Laps to go. Yep, he's pulling away.
Big shout out Tom Wetmore too, sitting third right now. He's 10 seconds behind the leader, but it wasn't too long ago that he had pitted and was way back in traffic there, and really slowly worked his way up through the traffic. Very nicely done for him to remount here and hopefully get a podium finish here before this thing's over.
This time for Luza, 5 laps to go on the Snowball Derby. He's close the traffic, and he's just got now 4 laps to go between he and the Tom Dawson Trophy, the virtual Tom Dawson Trophy. What a run.
What a performance,
Ryan Luza on this last set of green flag conditions. It's 3 to go.
Yeah, it was definitely a great performance by it. Looked like a second place car all race long, and then led some laps, but again was overtaken by Cody Kelly. They came down this round of pit stops. Big changes on that car because it definitely put him in the driver's seat or in control of this race and able to get around Cody Kelly and take advantage of it. 2 to go.
Through 3 and 4, Ryan Luza gonna see the white flag, and it doesn't mean surrender this time. 1 more lap in the Snowball Derby. Run second most of the race right behind Cody Kelly. And on this last green flag run, he has dominated this thing. He wins the Pro Late Model Championship, and now he wins the Snowball Derby. Ryan Luza completes the first chapter in the history books for the Fast Snowball Derby. Your champion.
Yeah, congratulations to him. Congratulations to all these guys. Top 10 runs. Good runs for a lot of guys here. 300 laps. It's a long race, but great job by all these guys.
Cody Kelly comes home second, and you got to give it up for Tom Wetmore coming home in third. Great run for the number 7 machine, but Ryan Luza pulls it into the Jags victory lane. He is your champion at the Snowball Derby. Talk to the top 3, including your champion Ryan Luza as he burns them down on the front straightaway. We head into our post-race coverage from the Snowball Derby next, right here on LSRTV, the voice of sim racing.
While lions are notorious for their voracious appetites, they spend a great deal of time feeding other creatures. In fact, lions will take great care to ensure there's plenty to go around. As you can see, they keep giving with utter ferocity. Bravo, lions, and bon appetit. Do good, be a lion.
Cars are lined up on the grid. The Irish.com World Championship Grand Prix Series. We are underway. They all come down into turn one for the first time.
Truex in the outside, contact made, 56 slides in at a 4, who's going to be at the stripe? Dead even, give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
Monza is a very historic track. It's been around since the 20s, and it's gone through several permutations since then. We're also bringing forward a number of configurations. So there's chicanes that they've installed since the track's early days. So they can use original, very high-speed configurations of the track where the cars would just blow through where the chicanes are today, or they could use a more modern version. So it's a pretty cool, compelling track. The unique thing about Monza is it has a road course, but it also has a high-speed oval, and that high-speed oval can be run by itself. The Grand Prix course can be run by itself, and they also can be run together in a combined circuit, which is very unique and special in motorsports. This was one of the more challenging projects that we've undertaken. It was essentially building two tracks in one. It took a lot of time and a lot of care was put into it, but we're really happy about the end result, and we think that people have a lot of fun driving it.
cars are lined up on the grid. The Irish.com World Championship Grand Prix Series. We are underway. They all come down into turn one for the first time.
As he works through corners number 3 and 4, the peak antifreeze, the team at number 58. And unofficially, he will come across the line as the 2015 NASCAR Peak Antifreeze Series champion. Kenny Humpy will win his first title.
This is what it's all about.
Welcome back to Snowball Derby race coverage right here on LSRTV.
Yeah.
We're going to chat with Tom Wetmore first, and Andy Kessler has caught up with him. Andy.
Yes, I have. I've caught up with Tom down here on pit road. Tom, that was a pretty interesting race, first half of it. A lot of cautions, a lot of guys trying to, I guess, get their cars underneath them, trying to figure out where they were supposed to be in the running order. But for you, top 5 car all night long. Running up there in the front, one instant you came down pit road. You ended up having to restart. I think it was 18th or so. You worked your way back up to the front, and here you were at the end. And congratulations, finishing third.
Thanks, Andy. Yeah, Scooter Financial put together a heck of a Chevrolet Camaro for us tonight, and we had a great top 5 car all night long. And we honestly thought we had a chance to go out there and win it, but with about 60 to go or something like that, we had that one final caution, and unfortunately had to come off pit road before the pace car, and it cost us a speeding penalty there, according to the iRacing crew. So start from the back of the pack kind of cost us our chance at a win tonight, but we're happy to bring home a top 3 and look forward to keep running some of these big races.
Yeah, to rebound like that, even the penalty for that starting at the end of the field. So to make your way through all the lap down traffic there, and the guys that had some issues and some slower cars, and you're able to work your way back up past a few more cars and end up finishing in that third spot. It's got to be pretty exciting. But yeah, the big races like this, the first annual Snowball Derby, 300 laps. It's a long race. A lot of cars came out here tonight. A lot of guys probably thought they had cars to win it, but you know what? Put the time, the effort. You were 4th in practice, 4th in the grid in qualifying, and to finish 3rd. That's a pretty solid night for you guys, and you got to be excited about this one.
Unbelievably excited. Fast put on a heck of a program tonight, and that's one thing. Got the hood and quarter panels open there, you see. So not necessarily have the funding to come out and run with some of these big guys, but man, to come bring home a podium finish there and take home some of the prize money that Fast has available there with the T-shirts, some other medals and stuff, goes to show some of the professional activities they put on here for us.
Yeah, they do a good job with these short track events, and it's great for the guys to be able to come out here on the sim actually and finally have 5 flags. We got it about 3 or 4 months ago, and we can finally put on an actual Snowball Derby. So for that said, though, I mean, 3rd place finish, you got to be excited about that. Come home with that. Obviously, we got to wait a whole another year to do it again, but over the course of the year, these guys put on a lot of huge events. So hopefully we'll get to talk to you again.
Hey, thanks, Andy. That's the idea. So thanks to LSRTV, Fast, and the associate sponsor, Scooter Financial, for coming on board. And, hey, we'll put this Camaro in victory lane one way or another.
Absolutely. No doubt about it. There you go, Tom Wetmore. 3rd place finish here tonight at the Snowball Derby. And I'm going to walk down a little bit further here, and we're going to get a hold of Cody Kelly. And, Cody, Man, sure enough, you had a dominant car all race long up into that last round of pit stops, and I'm not sure if the 25 he did something to his setup on that last one. He had you beat on that last run, but man, you guys were fast all night.
Yeah, man, I thought I had it. I thought I was a dominant car, but that that first long run we had, man, I was pretty good. Ryan was getting really loose, he said, and then when we had that another caution, it like swap setups. So I mean, I was loose and he was good. I don't know. I thought I was pretty good though.
You were pretty good. Dominant car all race long. Man, it was just it was good to see. Even when he got around you that first time, you were able to stick right on his bumper the whole time, really put the pressure on him, eventually got the lead back from him. And then you pulled away from him, obviously. And then to that last pit stop there, like you said, all of a sudden the car turns and that's, the setup changes underneath you. You get back out on the track. You're expecting one thing, you get the other. It's got to be a little bit disappointing not to win the race, but you still got to be pretty satisfied with the second place.
Yeah, I'm happy with a second place finish. I think I got a bad tire or something on pit road. I'm firing my pit. But yeah, I want to thank Tim Bills, Austin Yarborough. I want to thank Ryan too because he helped us out today. Just thank everybody that helped us out.
Yeah, you definitely had a really good car, and man, it's unfortunate we got to wait a whole nother year to try it again, right?
Oh yeah. Hopefully they have some more big races though. This is really fun.
Yeah, these guys put on a great showing all year long with some pretty big, prestigious short track races. So, look forward to seeing you out here on the track again with Fast, and congratulations again on the second place finish.
Thank y'all guys.
There you have it. There's our second place finisher, Cody Kelly. He had the dominant car, but it wasn't dominant when it needed to be. And Ben is caught up with the big winner of the Snowball Derby.
Ryan Luza, a champion in the virtual Snowball Derby. He hoists the virtual Tom Dawson trophy above his head. How does it feel to be in victory lane here at Five Flag Speedway in the Snowball Derby, Ryan?
Oh, it feels pretty cool. Kind of a last minute deal. Cody and his team took me in about 10 minutes before practice started. I was looking for somebody to help me out with the setup since I don't do these cars much. So I want to thank them first of all for helping me out with the setup and allowing me to work with them. And the car was really, really good.
Car looked good, especially on the last green flag run after the final caution. Talk to us. Did you do anything in the pits? Did you and your team change the car, or what do you think helped you get that extra edge on Kelly in those final 75 laps that helped you pull away to almost a 3-second lead at the end of this thing?
Yeah, right before the first green flag run, I believe, I loosened it up. I took some wedge out, and it made me a little too loose. So we had a long run, and I was confident because I could see I still could go 100 laps on fuel. So we got that caution right there. I didn't put any fuel in the car, and they all put fuel in. So I think that helped the car handle better. Less fuel usually tightens it up. So that brought the car to life for that last run for sure.
Pretty cool to see the Pro Late Model Track champion at the Real World Five Flag Speedway come and win the virtual Snowball Derby. Ryan, who you want to thank for putting you here in victory lane tonight as champion of the Snowball Derby?
I just got to thank them guys, Wheeling and Dealing Motorsports, for helping me out and letting me work with them. Because without them, I'd been using the fixed setup probably.
Sounds good. Hey, next thing, Ryan, is the Real World Snowball Derby. I think you're ready for it.
Oh, I hope so. We're just waiting on a super late model engine.
There you are, Ryan Luza, your Snowball Derby champion here in the Fast Sim Racing League. Andy, he's good on the real world, and he's good right here in the simulation, and he is your champion of the first annual Fast Snowball Derby.
Well, maybe they'll have to, Paul Boswell and the gang will have to schedule this race a week before the actual Snowball Derby so we can get some extra time on the track maybe, and maybe it'll help them out in the real deal. But no, this was, hey, listen, I love the events that Fast puts on. They love to promote on the real world side the biggest races that the short tracks have to offer during the year. They do it here at Fast, and this is obviously the biggest race in the real side thing for the late models or super late models. So for these guys to do this year after year, it's just a great thing. And of course, we love doing the broadcast. It's a lot of fun, and it had a shaky start to it. A lot of cautions early on, but I think overall, I think we had a great finish to this thing as far as. You know how it happened. The guy who had the dominant car all race long, just at the end, something changed, and like Ryan said, it was probably just that fuel load, just not filling the thing back up, and it tightened his car up just enough, and he was able to really power that thing off the corner and really pull away with a dominant ending.
Before we head off the air, let's run the fans through the final finishing result here from the Snowball Derby. Ryan Lusa, of course, your champion, Cody Kelly, comes home in second. Third to Tom Wetmore. Tim Bills is fourth. Fifth to Matt Rolfe. Ray Farlow comes home in sixth. Good run for him. Paul Fugate, another good run, comes home seventh. Kobe Franklin from 22nd to 8th. Robert O'Neill, he'll come home in ninth. And David Legg all the way up from 29th. He'll finish just inside the top 10.
Tough night for Michael Cozy Jr., but he comes home 11th. Tonight, the 07 of Brandon Simmons finishes 12th. J.J. Day in the 98 will finish 13th. Logan Powers will come home 14th. 15th goes to Dan Vining. Stephen Burnett finishes 16th. 17th goes to Logan Runyon. Austin Yarborough finishes 18th. 19th goes to Christian Eckes. Max Hanley rounds out the top 20.
Corey Doozer comes home 21st. Chase Cavery 22nd. 23rd to Spencer Preet. Dante Curtis comes home 24th. 25th is P.J. Childs. 26th, Colin Allman. Dennis Pavel is 27th. T.J. Graves comes home 28th. 29th is Kyle Gilbert. And 30th was Ronald Mackey.
Martin Davio will finish 31st. 32nd goes to Cole Cabry. Stephen Matthews finishes 33rd. 34th was Mike Rhino. Adam Maddox finishes 35th, and Jerry Goff rounds out the field in 36th.
And that's the finishing order for the first annual Fast Snowball Derby. I'm already looking forward to next year. I'm pretty.
That's the only downfall is we got to wait a whole year to do this again. But like I said, they put on these short track races all year. Some of the biggest ones and cool events and cool series like the Blizzard series we had over the last couple months here before this race. So Fast puts on all these great short track racing and events. So looking forward to that all throughout the year.
Yeah, it's going to be a blast. Look for bigger and better things next year here at Derby. I'm pretty sure this is going to just continue to grow over the course of the next couple of years here with Fast, and I hope we can be a part of it right here on LSRTV. I'm sure they'll have us back. I'm sure they will.
Yeah, probably. We've done it a couple times.
Well, that's going to do it for our race coverage from the Snowball Derby. We thank you for tuning in with us tonight. Andy, do you have any final thoughts before we head off air?
No, hopefully everybody tuning in tonight will tune in tomorrow night. RSR, their winter B-Car series comes out back on the track here tomorrow, and then of course the pros after a week off will get back at it at Atlanta on Tuesday night. So lots of things happening on LSR TV all week long. Hopefully you can check out our website livesimracing.com and check out the schedule. We're always on there, and lots of things going on every week. So that's the only thing I can say for now. We'll be back tomorrow.
There you are. Well, be sure to tune in. For all of us here at Five Flag Speedway, Andy Kessler, Laura Lawson, I am Ben Kilcrease. Have a great night. Congratulations to Ryan Lusa, champion of the first annual Fast Snowball Derby. Excuse me. I was thinking of the Rattler already.
You're already ready for the next one.
Yeah. That's my sign to head off for tonight. Good night, everybody from Five Flag Speedway. Remember, when you're out there on the phone, to put the phone down.